Chat. What is good? What's poppin'? Hope everyone is having a lovely night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. We're worldwide here, so hope you guys are all doing well. Sorry for the past 3 days of no live streams. I'm sorry for missing this week's Mod Friday. I'm thinking about doing a comeback stream, or well, rather doing Mod Fridays on Sunday, like just doing it tomorrow because I missed it this week. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but like I'm sorry I missed it. This week has been very I don't know. This has been a week. I'm gonna put it like that, and that's the reason I haven't been streaming the past 3 days. I have also been just trying to dial down, focus on videos, because even though I haven't felt super comfortable to be live on camera and just, well, I'm not on camera, but, you know, speaking, I still wanted to get the videos and get the news and stuff out. So I was originally going to do the stream 2 days ago, but that didn't happen. So we're doing it today. We already made a video about this. Our most recent video was talking about the Square Enix news and financial reports that had happened. Does everyone know like what happened in the chat? Like, do you guys watch the recent video? Like, where are you guys? Like, how knowledgeable are you guys? What the heck? Okay, that was weird. How knowledgeable are you guys on everything that's been going on? I know not everyone has a Twitter, so a lot of people do actually rely on like maybe YouTubers or someone random to just give them the news, give them the deets and details on everything. I kind of loosely covered this in my Kingdom Hearts 4 in the Game Awards video. I was originally going to make this video anyways, but because of the Square news, because of the Haley Joel Osment stuff, the video became a lot more substantial, there was more info to talk about. But how are you doing, Wiley? How are you doing, Gisata? How are you doing, J-Star, Dark, MX, Fizz, Spidey, Salico, Rolando? So, Square Enix, to give you guys the rundown, Square Enix recently just came out with their yearly financial report. Square Enix kind of does this thing every year-ish, somewhat. I don't 100% keep track of it. I only kind of talk about it if there's something in there that's kind of interesting. I think every year I probably mention it offhandedly in a video, just generally talking about their plans and moving forward and whatnot. This financial report talked about their income, where they're getting their income from, their plans to increase their income going forward. So they talked about things like multi-plats. They talked about their plans over the next coming of years when it comes to projects or new strategies and whatnot. And we also, on the very bad end, we got a lot of really disheartening news from the company regarding AI and the many layoffs that happened at the company. I talked about this in the video that I did very recently. A lot of my friends who work at Square Enix were unfortunately affected by these layoffs. Not absolutely everyone, but for example, my good friend Love472 and Amanda, who I've mentioned. And what the heck just happened? What just happened to my other monitor? Okay, it just flickered for me for some reason. Love472 and Amanda, who was on the influencer team at Square, have been laid off, and those are 2 people I know personally. And it's like it just sucks, you know. It sucks to see that happen, and we talked about it in the video, and the layoffs that happen like year after year for these big corporations is happening more and more as prices are going up around the world, but also just it's crazy because prices are going up, yet some of these companies are making more profit, and Square Enix is out here reporting that they're making a profit right now. Like they're at a, let me look. They were talking about how they're at a 28% increase in operating income, even though net sales are down. And it's like, okay, you're at a 28% increase in revenue, and you're over here laying off your employees. Kind of wild, but I would appreciate if you guys did go on social media, did go and support some of these people, because it would just mean a lot. My monitors are flickering like crazy right now, and it's kind of like, wow. Like, give me 1 second. This should not be happening. What in the world? Like, I might see like chat That's a little weird. That's so odd. That should not be happening. I just unplugged and replugged them on. It's like they started flickering like freaking crazy when I showed my wallpaper engine. Like, what in the world? Like, it kept going like on, then black, on, then black, on, then black. Weird. I'm guessing late 2026, beginning 2027. Oh yeah, so the meat and potatoes, what you guys came here for, because you saw it in the title. So, there we go. So one of the big things that came out of this in regards to Kingdom Hearts 4 and why I have in the title Kingdom Hearts 4's possible release window, it's no crazy big scoop or insider leaks or anything like that. It's simply a observation based on what Square Enix is doing right now and their plans moving forward. So as we know, Square Enix has been in the midst of a restructure, reboot. I'm not a company man, so I didn't know like how long this reboot would take. I've been hearing about this for years and years. I didn't know it was a 3 year long phase. I thought that the reboot was maybe going on for like year, 2 years, but this whole reboot is like, it's not just a reworking of divisions like in the background. This is an entire, it's not only that, but it's also just a restructuring plan moving forward for the company. And I mean, we kind of figured some of these things, like we've seen them dial back on mobile games. We've seen them dial back a lot on some AA titles and go more heavy into their IPs that I've been saying for years behind the scenes. When I have conversations with friends, when I have conversations with other creators, I often criticize Square Enix for having such strong IPs, but not feeling like they use it all the time. Not feeling like they use it to their full capabilities. Like, for example, I think Square Enix has multiple of some of the most famous video game characters on the planet. By the way, is the music too loud? I hope the music isn't too loud, Chaz. The music and like my voice, is it good? Just want to say that right quick. But for years, I felt like they have such powerful IP, such powerful characters, yet they don't use them to their full capabilities, at least in a financial setting. Like they could be pumping out like more meaningful merge, they could be pumping out more meaningful collaborations, they could be pumping out more just meaningful content, but a lot of the time it feels like their go-to route, which I think they realized, was to maybe make a mobile game or something out of their IP instead of making a full new game that fans are like begging for. A lot of their best ideas end up, instead of being put into their AAA releases or being put into even smaller AA releases like side projects, they often get put into mobile games or some merge or some random, like, I don't know, some random toy or item or something. It's like they're dangling the keys in front of you when it comes to a lot of their properties, and I feel like a lot of people outside of Final Fantasy especially feel that way. Like, it's crazy. Dragon Quest recently has been doing pretty decent, even though a lot of fans are waiting for Dragon Quest 12. I think a lot of people are I think a lot of Dragon Quest fans have been doing pretty well. Like they're in what I've been observing as their remix era. They're in the era us Kingdom Hearts fans were in the 2010s, where they're getting a lot of remixes and remakes leading up to their big game. So let me explain to you guys what a fiscal year is. And I'm not 100% on this myself, but a fiscal year essentially for a business is a year. It's not January to December. The fiscal year is a year where they basically are outlining their plans. So depending on when these plans start and when these plans end for the budget, that's what the fiscal year is. It's basically for finances and stuff. So the fiscal year financially for Square Enix, I'm unsure where it ends exactly. I believe for them it's around March. Like, I feel like their fiscal year report, or like their fiscal year ends or starts around March and ends around the next March, something like that. So basically when you see fiscal year 2027 here and 2028, 2028's fiscal year starts in 2027, like late mid 2027. Same in 2027. 2027's fiscal year starts in like mid, I'm gonna just say mid just to cover all bases, like mid 2026. So they're in 3 years of rebooting, and the reboot is going on until around like 2027. So like, let's say like start of fiscal year 2028, around 2027 is going through that year. And around this time, they're planning on releasing multiple new titles and multi-platform titles, launch of several large-scale titles, consistent releases of large-scale titles going forward. So I'm imagining this consistent release of large-scale titles. Back in the day, Square Enix was able to release, given this was a different time for gaming, but they were able to consistently release big AAA, like, crazy games borderline yearly. Like, I mean, shoot, PS2 era gaming, bro. PS2 Square Enix was in their bag, like back to back to back to back to back, bro. You had, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, obviously. Kingdom Hearts fan was getting products like sub-yearly for a while. But they had back to back. They had Kingdom Hearts, they had Final Fantasy, they had Dragon Quest, like, and they had I don't know, they had some other IPs around then too. But they had these projects that were releasing yearly, like basically sometimes multiple projects, big titles, and then within that year, and it was a big deal. It was great for Square Enix back in the day, and I think they want to get back to that, but they probably won't be able to on the same scale. So I'm guessing consistent releases of large scale titles. And yo, what's good, Larxian? How are you doing? So I'm imagining consistent releases of large scale titles for Square Enix in the modern day, instead of yearly, will probably be like every 2 years. So let's say every other year, like if they have their pipeline filled up, because as I mentioned in a video recently, there are multiple titles that have no news right now, or basically none. There are multiple big projects at Square Enix that a lot of fans are just waiting on and hoping get more. Kingdom Hearts is one of them. You have Dragon Quest. You have Final Fantasy 7 Part 3, which it's gotten interviews, but it hasn't gotten a trailer or released or anything. Given they just got a game freaking last year, but yeah. You have Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy. People are wanting a new Drakengard game. I don't know. Like there's a lot of titles that Square Enix that people are waiting for with Square Enix. Yo, that's good, Starlight Aiden. I'm just gonna say this about the way for KH4. I know it's a meme at this point, but a certain gamers joint just can't believe that FF7 Part 3 can come before KH4, and he refused to believe it. Well, I think it's less like he doesn't actually believe it, and it's more so like it's baffling that 3 parts of Final Fantasy VII, like the entire trilogy, can come out before the next Kingdom Hearts game. I think it's from that lens. I personally think, I agree. I think it's baffling. A year ago, even 6 months ago, I might have been earlier this year when I was more optimistic, because, just natural optimism going into the new year. I would have been like, it's possible, but I still think KH4 can come out before Part 3. Now I'm like, seeing all these interviews, seeing how they're more willing to give you updates and talk about Part 3's development than they are for Dragon Quest 12, etc., is like, okay, maybe Part 3 is coming out before KH4. And that's like, man, not, it doesn't okay, it affects Kingdom Hearts, but not, like, I don't know, from a different lens. It sucks as a KH fan to feel like you have to wait your turn, but that's the reality of it. We have to wait our turn. The KH team has to reuse assets of KH for future games in this new saga. The thing is though, Somali, we said the same freaking thing for Kingdom Hearts 3, and look at where we're at. We literally said the exact same thing for KH3 chat. We used that exact same excuse for KH3 going into 4. I was probably one of the big peddlers of this. I was very excited for the aspect of post KH3, because I was thinking games would probably come out a lot quicker, or rather story would come, like new future and present day story would come out a lot quicker, because KH3 had this new engine. It was basically starting from scratch with UE4 and Luminous, and it's like this foundation for Kingdom Hearts can be reused to like can snowball going forward into 4, 5, 6, Verum Rex, whatever games they want to make. And I thought we were actually going to get a lot more KH content, but actually what is happening is they decided to go to Unreal Engine 5, and games have been having a lot of issues with UE5. And I don't know if KH4's been having issues with UE5, maybe not, maybe so, I don't know. But like, I think that engine switch possibly could be delaying things, but also just Square Enix KH4 might just be caught in a bad whirlpool of things where they're doing this restructure because their business plan, like their games were not making a crap ton of money, so they're going through this whole business restructure. Gaming in general, development times for gaming over the past couple of years have just inflated like crazy for AAA games. Why do you think indie games are popping off so much right now? Because they're cheaper, they're not priced at $70, and they can get indie games out kind of sort of a lot quicker. I mean, obviously it depends on the devs, because sometimes you have a team of like 20 people for an indie game that is that can get made like within a year. They can make some friend slot games like Lethal Company or Peak, or you have like developers that are like 2 people and they're spending like 9 years working on their indie game. It's a mixed bag, but indie games generally just coming out a little bit faster. I think Square's is kind of caught in a whirlpool of bad timing for gaming, inflating development times, plus they're going through a restructure. Do you guys think it's Nomura or the Kingdom Hearts team holding back with Kingdom Hearts news, or do you think it is higher ups? Because I kind of am thinking that it's higher ups at this point. Like, I feel like because of this restructure, they're like, okay, it's okay to drop news on FF7, things like Octopath, and some of these like games that they're big games, but they're like, well, FF7 is their heavy hitter, so FF7 is leading the charge. But aside from FF7, it's okay to drop news on some of these smaller titles. But for things like Dragon Quest, for things like Kingdom Hearts, maybe even Nier, do you guys think the reason they're not dropping anything is because during this restructure, they're like basically telling them to not, they're trying to not use the marketing budget, they're trying to not use like a lot of they're just holding things back? You don't think Forza was dropped on the Switch too? I think it's possible. The Switch 2 can run Unreal Engine 5. I mean, we got the 1.5 and 2.5 for us release, so yeah. I guess people do just call 1.5 plus 2.5 the hey yo! Sora's King.
Sora _ King IXV donated $5. I think the main issue with KH4 is the devs trying to optimize Unreal Engine 5. They said transferring 4 to 5 would be easy.
I think that's possible too. Regardless of if Square is having more trouble with UE5 or not, I 100% think them switching to UE5 had to have inflated development time by at least a year or two. At least. I say at least a year. Because, I mean, realistically, it might not be like hard to work on, but it's probably just longer. It has to be longer because the graphics are going to be a lot crazier now. Graphics are going to be way crazier. They're going to have to learn like the new stuff on the new engine. Porting things it's mostly a streamlined process from UE4 to 5, but like it can still be like different because Square's modifications to UE5 are going to have to be updated. For those that don't know, a lot of developers, especially games that are like more artistically diverse, I'd say. They typically switch up their... They typically make modifications to their two engines so that the game can run in their own style. It's basically like... Think of like a shader pack. Like you play Minecraft and like, you know, the Minecraft, you know, shaders and like texture pack looks cool, but you can modify it to like have shadows here, or you can modify it to have like this certain texture for the blocks here. And it's like one of those things where Square Enix's modifications for UE5, I wonder how it's going to work for Kingdom Hearts, because with Kingdom Hearts, what's also difficult about Kingdom Hearts development, in my opinion, in the modern day, I think this is a difficult thing, and I want to talk about this and show examples of this a little more in chat. So we've yapped about this before in past live streams, but like, I think Disney Worlds, I envy them. I think Kingdom Hearts has to be like a decent bit harder than like even some of your realistic, like hyper realistic AAA games. I say this because like, I don't know, like let's look at like Pirates in Cage 2. Pirates Cage 2. Let's type that in. What the heck? What is a mod? But like, look at the way Pirates look, right? They did not like do much of an art style change for Pirates in Cage 2. Like, there's not much of an art style or visual change from Pirates in Cage 2, or like maybe like some outfits here and there, but they're not going like super duper crazy, right? They're for the most part like using that similar-ish like PS2 art style, and probably like they're adding a lot of effects and things to textures, of course. But Cage 2, Cage 1, there's not like an insane amount of modifications like world to world. Now, when you go to 3, making each world in Cage 3 is like crazy, because every world looks different in some way. Monstropolis, right? It has the same like base structure, but like Monstropolis, like this world, just completely new designs. I don't know, they have probably a little more attention to detail with certain things to make it more like Monsters Inc. You got like Toy Box, which I think is a big example. Like Toy Box, they talk about how they started developing Toy Box before they even developed like the full story for Cage 3, which I think says a lot. You got worlds like Pirates in Cage 3, which just looks, oh my gosh, this world is freaking gorgeous, right? These like this like art style change going from world to world, I think is like going to be a significant, even more of a factor in 4 than it even was in Cage 3. And I think that's going to inflate development time, because like Pirates was one world in 3. There's like, if Cage 4 has Marvel, has Star Wars, has these like other like sort of properties in there, dude, if Pirates was this crazy, imagine how Star Wars is going to freaking look in Kingdom Hearts. Like let's look at like Jedi. I'm gonna look at Fallen Order. I've already played Fallen Order. Like, let's look at like Fallen Order cutscenes, right? Like, have you guys seen just how good like a game like they're going to try to replicate this. They're going to try. And like, this might not be blowing everyone away, but like the art style change from world to world in a game like Kingdom Hearts, I think is going to be a significant like thing. You know what I mean? If you guys like building multiple different games, yeah, it is. It 100% is. It's like, I think that's hard in the modern day. So I'm imagining 4's world to world is probably a lot harder. And then they have Quadrama on top of that. They actually, Cage 4 probably already has like 2 to 3 hyper realistic worlds that are in there. They have Quadratum, potential Marvel world if they do that, and then you have Star Wars. So it's like, dude, the hyper realist, like the crazy realistic worlds in 4 are going to be crazy. But yeah, right here, Square Enix is talking about their multiplats. They're talking about how they're planning on releasing most of their games with simultaneous launches on multiplat. 3 of these are Dragon Quest games, but I think they're just trying to show that they're going to be doing this more going forward. No Marvel? Why no Marvel? KH4 New E5 already looks 10 times better than 3. I will admit, I am not crazy about KH4 for his art style. I do think UE5 screenshots look a lot better, but I'm not crazy about the art style. Only because I just don't like I don't know, man. I don't like Sora. I don't like Sora's design. I'm sorry. I know, like, big Final Fantasy 15 versus 13. I know people who are just big fans of, like, the Japan City aesthetic, like the street clothes aesthetic for Japan. Get me wrong, I love that too. Just for Sora, when I think of Sora, I definitely think of a more, I think more of like a cartoony Disney Sora. Probably hated the KH4 teaser trailer. I did not hate it. I was mixed on it at first because it was so jarring. Like, I don't know. I like my spiky hair, like anime Disney blend Sora. Like Sora having kind of normal clothes and like just this soft hair is like it just doesn't look like Sora to me. Like, it's kind of wild, but I have been growing into it. But genuinely, KH4 Sora is my least favorite design so far. Like, easily. Like, it is. KH4 Sora is easily my least favorite design, but it might grow on me. It's interesting because the only Sora design that I immediately just loved was KH3's. Even KH2 when I was a kid. I know it sounds crazy, chat, because it's been like 20 years. I know a lot of you probably played KH2 through the remixes and whatnot, or maybe your first impression of Sora was KH2 Sora. For me, I grew up with KH1 Sora for like a while and then found out about KH2 randomly. And to me, KH1 Sora was Sora. Like that was like the perfect, I mean, it literally is. It was the perfect Disney and like Square Enix blend. Like, it was absolutely perfect. And then KH2, I still love KH2's design now as well. Like, I think I do like it more than KH1 Sora's. But 3 Sora was the only design I think I've ever just like instantly was like, yeah, I love that design. I don't know. I love cartoons. I love animations. I love I do like Disney movies. So like for me, the more cartoony Sora is, the more I typically end up liking it. But there is a gauge for it. Like, I know Final Fantasy is more like, it's not really cartoony. It's more like it's like anime, but the type of anime Final Fantasy is like it's like what a lot of people like. Well, maybe not a lot. It's like what some people wear in Japan, but like on crack, like cracked up. You know what I mean? Like it's like you take like a fashion model in Japan and what they would wear, and then Square Enix like overlays their design on top of it. That's like the type of designs I think Nomura, Square Enix have like always done for Final Fantasy characters. You look at like Cloud, you look at I don't know, look at characters like Leon, Yuffie, etc. Sora to me is like, I love that cartoony blend, man. Y'all remember? I don't know if y'all watched this YouTube short I did. I got to know my full thoughts on the outfits. Yeah, what's good, Michael? How's it going? These are my thoughts on the outfits.
Sora's main outfits in Kingdom Hearts. Starting with Kingdom Hearts 1.
Okay, even though I didn't fully rank them, Actually, I just remember I didn't actually rank them in the shorts. I commented about them. These are my thoughts.
Probably the most iconic version of Sora. Based on Mickey Mouse's design, it perfectly represents the charm of Disney meets Square Enix in the first game. I love it. Then moving on to Kingdom Hearts 2,
Sora
it's most people's favorite.
_King IXV donated $5. I barely noticed his chain necklace looks more realistic in the screenshots than the reveal trailer.
I noticed the necklace immediately. That's like one of the big things on Sora's design. Also, Sora's King, thank you so much for the $5 donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Sora design, the spiky hair and color scheme is very iconic in Kingdom Hearts 2 as well, and Sora just looks extremely cool here. A great follow-up from Kingdom Hearts 1. Now with Dream Drop Distance, I love this design. It's like a more stylized version of KH1 Sora. I still like KH1 Sora a little bit more, but this design is still really great. Now for KH3, this is probably my favorite design at the moment. I really love how his hair is shaped like a crown. I also think the color scheme for this one just really stands out to me. Moving on to a more recent design, with KH4, I'm personally not crazy about this design yet, but I'm not going to slander it. This is not the Sora we're used to, though I think that perfectly plays into the feeling that this next saga is trying to bring. So maybe it will grow on me the next time we see a trailer.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. Working on my Insomnia NPCs while listening to the stream. Ooh, let's go. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I am really excited for that project. I'm really excited for that, because map mods or something I think are a little like underrated right now in the modern scene. Like, there's not that many of them. Like, there's like arena map mods, but not like fully dedicated ones like what you're doing. So you're definitely doing something really special. That was good, Gabrielle. How you doing? Or Gabriel, however I pronounce it, however I say it. Alright, so chat, based on this report, 2027 or 2028 for Kingdom Hearts 4? Like, no memeing, no trolling. If you had to look at this and with all the info at your disposal, like that for you to observe, when do you think 4 is realistically coming out? Like, genuinely, like time frame, year, like what do you think? I think 7 remake. Oh my gosh, Sora's King. You guys get paid? Whoa, all the super chats. Thank
Sora
you so much.
_King IXV donated $5. Hope we get a job mechanic for KH4. Need to pay my quadratum taxes would be cool.
Quadratum taxes is crazy. That's insane. I think job mechanic would be fascinating. You know what I hope they bring back? I actually think objectives from 0.2 were very underrated. Some of them are hard and some of them are kind of stupid, but it made you explore the game and it gave you a lot of, I think I put an extra like 10 hours into 0.2 than I normally would have, just because of like that, you know, like that was insane. I think the objectives should come back, but I know it's probably hard because you have to hire someone completely separate for that. Like, all right, so we're gonna make the world, and then what's gonna happen is we're gonna add all these like little objectives to the world on top of the story that you're playing. Like, someone's gonna have to like micromanage, like, okay, what will be a cool objective here? Basically making side quests. Alright, so 2027, 2027, 2028 to let part 3 have its year to shine. 2027, 2029, 2028, 2028. You know, I actually think Square Enix will probably, like, it's not, they haven't not released 2 big titles in 1 year before, but it is a rarity. Like, it is probably somewhat better to separate them throughout the year, have one game shine that year. But I actually do think it's very possible Part 3 and KH4 release the same year. I also think when it's something like Kingdom Hearts, I actually do think Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy do have fan bases that meld, but I do not think there are many Kingdom Hearts fans who would not buy Kingdom Hearts because a Final Fantasy game released that year. You know what I mean? Like, People need a couple of months between games, but they don't need a year between games. You know, like in my opinion. But it's also about the market and where it is at the time and stuff. Dude, there's so many people still holding out for 2026. Is there anyone in the chat still holding out for 2026? I kind of think this, like, this cooks the idea of 2026, in my opinion, completely. Oh, I have not played Octopath Zero yet. I'm very excited for it, though. I haven't even played Rebirth yet. Killer N. I tried to play Killer N, and admittedly, I tried playing it on a really bad PC. But I think that game is way too complicated for a murder mystery game. Like, okay, if you're trying to do, they're probably not going for Among Us specifically, but I do think if you're making a game like that that's multiplayer focused, you have to use Among Us and stuff like Among Us as a reference. Like, I don't know if y'all agree with that, chat. Like, I think you have to keep in mind what made those games successful. And I think part of what made something like Among Us successful is this accessibility. I think Square Enix has a tendency, just across all of its departments, honestly. Like Nomura even has a tendency with this, but I think Nomura is actually a lot better at this than people give him credit for. As much as Nomura overcomplicates story Nomura overcomplicates. Nomura actually has the complete opposite approach with gameplay. Like, he has a borderline opposite approach with core gameplay mechanics. Like, a lot of things, like attraction flow, like flow motion being broken in Dream Drop Distance, like flow motion was too accessible. A lot of like the ease of access with like HUDs and combat stuff, a lot of those things were like influenced and like approved by Nomura, because he's over here, because Nomura said before how he's not that good at, he loves games, obviously, he's a director, but Nomura's like, he talks about how he's not the most skilled player under the sun. Like, I think he said in interviews in the past that he's not that good at like games all the time. He's not able to no damage secret bosses or do stuff like that. I'm sure he has before, but it's like he makes games with casuals in mind, but story wise he likes going ham with the story. I kind of think he just does that for him personally, for him, and because he knows his fans will obsess over it. He knows how to make a complicated story interesting. But look at me, I'm a yapper, bro. I forgot. I was talking about Killer N. Killer N, bro, you need to make a game that's a murder mystery. If you want a fun party game, make that junk simple. You can have depth to it, but like, make that junk simple, bro. Do not like overcomplicate core mechanics. But we'll see what happens. 66 people, 25 likes. Yo, hey, hold on. King Hammer in the chat is 100% right. Like, hit that like button. We have over 60 viewers in the live stream. Thank you, by the way. I really appreciate that. Hit the like button. Everyone hit the like button right now. Like check. We used to do those back in the day. We don't do them as much anymore. I should push for that. Aside from the like check, though, if you guys are interested, I am live on Twitch as well. I do not advertise my Twitch much, but we do have a couple people in the Twitch chat. We have MX, we have J-Star, we have Big Bird, and probably some other lurkers as well. But like, if you guys like Twitch, if you guys prefer watching on Twitch, or hey, maybe if you're not able to donate, you're not able to become a member, them Twitch Prime subs can that can help your boy pay his internet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Prism Valley, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that. Now, for those of you on YouTube, if you're members, or if you want access to membership benefits, early videos, emotes, that's kind of it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You can support the channel. Our memberships are $1. We keep them cheap. There are higher rolls if you want to go the extra mile to support, but we got memberships that are $1, $1 buckaroo. Yo, King Hammer, thank you for the Twitch follow, and thank you so much for saying that, telling people to leave a like. They were saying my name right as well. I I don't know. It's kind of flowed. Like I could tell that it was King Hammer.
Thank you.
The cadence in it. Yo. Thank you again.
Sora underscore is underscore King IXV % 20% 20 donated % 20% 202% 20% $20 20% 20 we % 20 will % 20,100% 20 get % 28% 20 trailer % 20 next % 20 year % 20 hopefully % 20%.
What is going on?
9
What is happening?
99% ADAF.
It's done? Wait. That's getting clipped. Okay, that's a clip farm right there. It didn't read your donation at all, but bro, my AI, my freaking TTS just had a stroke. What the heck was that? Percent. Yo, that is actually insane. Anyway, Sora's King 15 typed in the chat. We will 100% get a trailer next year, hopefully. Man, I feel like I've been saying this. Well, okay, I actually don't think I said it. I don't think in 2024 I thought a trailer would happen. I think I was thinking 2025 was probably the year for a trailer, more than likely. I think I said 2023, I knew we weren't getting anything. 2020, I obviously hoped for shots in the dark. 2024, I think I was like, I think they should, but I don't know. Like I was uncertain, but hopeful. 2025, I'm like, this has to be the year. This year, I was like, this has to be the year. And I think everyone else was thinking the same thing, because I think that's why the community crashed out more than ever this year specifically. Because like, bro, this was the year where I think most people were like, okay, a lot of people are thinking 2026 for Kingdom Hearts 4. Yo, what's good, Roy? A lot of people are thinking 2026 for like KH4, right? At first they were. They're aiming for 2026, hopefully, for a release date for KH4. Now it's like this year, because there's no marketing this year, Missing Link got canceled, and we only got the screenshots because it was canceled. I guarantee you, if we did not get Missing Link canceled, those screenshots would not have happened. Nomura's probably out here begging like the higher ups at Square, like, bro, look, you canceled my freaking game that I've been working on for 5 years. Let me release some screenshots, bro. We need to release something. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. That was a universal sign that we ain't getting a trailer. Yeah. I'm a hip-hop enthusiast channel, but I am a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. My daughter's name is Kyrie. Yo, you know, I told my friends I thought about naming, like I think Nominee would be a cute name for a kid, and I got cooked in the chat. But I actually think like Nominee, Kyrie, like I think they're really cute like girl names. I think it's really, really good. But that's also awesome. I am also a big hip hop enthusiast. Obviously, because of the niche I'm in, you don't hear me talk about hip hop very often. But trust me, I am very deep into not even just hip hop and music. Period. I'm very big into that. I don't mind. I think I've had a couple of shows that I've been more open about my hip hop takes, but I try to be like. I know the niche I'm in when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. There are a lot of people who are into like hip hop, who are into like, you know, other things, but there are definitely a lot of people in the KH fandom that mostly stick to like Japanese culture stuff or like more anime-esque things. So Square Enix being bought by Microsoft and reverting to Squaresoft. Yo, critic. I need the real critic right quick. Like I need the real critic to respond to this. I gotta ask you, what are you up to, bro? I feel like every single post I see from Critic Perfect guys online on Twitter, or there's a reply to my tweet, their own tweets, or like anything. They're just, I don't know what, they're just trolling. They're just like perma trolling on social media. And I'd be busted out laughing sometimes scrolling through my timeline looking at their tweets. I don't be knowing what they're talking about, bro. Final Fantasy 14 8.0 will probably be late 2026 or early 2027. I think that's the prediction at the moment. I don't know nothing about what's going on with 14. Absolutely nothing. My mind expands sometimes. I can't lie. Your brain's like expanding into your skull, bro. Isn't that bad? Nominate Kyron, even Xion is an adorable name, and don't let chat tell you otherwise. Let's go. You're right. KH4 2028. I think at the absolute latest for KH4, latest, meaning if it goes past this, we're cooked. We are beyond cooked. Series is cooked. 4 is the last game. Full Doom mode. I don't know. We are cooked. I'm just leaving it at that. We are cooked. KH4 releases no later than the anniversary in 2028. No later than the 26th anniversary, meaning no later past March 2028. It releases before that, or during that month. No way it releases after March of 2028. No way. Y'all agree with that? Y'all think that's fair? I'm not toxic for trying to say that, right? That we're cooked. I mean, I'm obviously me. I'm gonna be here no matter what. If it releases in 2032, I'm gonna be 30, but I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be 30 in 2032. I'll be 31 actually. Man, I was 19 when KH3 released. No, I wasn't 19. I was 17 when KH3 released. I was 17 when KH3 came out. I'm now 24. Am I going to play KH4 on YouTube or Twitch? On both. On everything. Every single thing, baby. KH4 is getting streamed also. KH3, I didn't stream. I don't have any VODs or recordings of raw reactions to moments in the game because I played that game. No worries, Larkstein. I'm gonna still be gaming at that age too. I'm gonna still be gaming. I'm gonna be gaming until I'm freaking 70. Gaming is just a part of how we grew up. So for us, gaming is very normalized. What like it's gonna sound really silly to like probably some people, because some people just don't see them as the same thing, but the same way like our parents who like grew up with sports, who grew up with like basketball, football, and that was like their that was their downtime, watching football, watching basketball, watching the recent game, sports, all that stuff. The same way our parents use like they still probably watch that stuff nowadays most of the time. That's us with gaming. We grew up during the prime period to be a gamer, so we're gonna probably be gaming until we're old. We're gonna be gaming until we can't anymore, most of us. Some of us might have less time for gaming, similar to how our parents nowadays might not have time to watch every single game during the NBA season like they did years ago. But we're gonna still be gaming. Oh no, critic. Creator to creator, do not a lot of people do not care about spoilers, unfortunately. I do, obviously, so I don't want to get spoiled myself, but like you would be surprised at the amount of people that are willing to watch first time playthroughs, or at least will go back to watch it, because it's like whether I stream it and it's a lot of people watch the stream firsthand, or whether people watch the VOD, it's still like it's still there, it's recorded. Also, the way I view it, the reason I played KH3 the way I did, and I played it for myself despite already making content back then, I didn't record, I didn't do any of that, is because KH3 was a game I had been hyping up since I was like freaking, I don't know, like 10. Probably younger than that, honestly. So like, it felt like that saga needed to finish with me, you know? Now 4, Union Cross, if Missing Link did come out, I do plan on streaming and making content on pretty much everything Kingdom Hearts going onwards, because I guess to me, my tie to the Lost Master saga is very much so tied to my enjoyment as a content creator. Like, I reacted to Union Cross and Dark Road and the Missing Link trailers and story cutscenes. I watched all of that, like, with you guys. So, like, I feel like it's fair to want to experience something like for this new saga with you guys too, because that's how the saga started with you guys. So I'm gonna finish it with you guys as well. Now, Dark Seeker Saga was a little different. That started when I was a twee little baby. I was freaking like 4 years old, playing Kingdom Hearts 1 in our little townhome apartment, like with my parents. I remember dying to guard armor constantly, and yeah, just it it was wild. Sorry to me, I had to like blow my nose. I started getting really congested out of nowhere. That's wild, actually. I would say it makes sense. Yeah, that's why I've been doing as of late too, so it makes sense. But for low stake titles, yeah. It is a curious thing how I'm going to go about spoilers in this day and age, because with 3, now, because I'm a Kingdom Hearts only content creator, like Kingdom Hearts is my main thing. I stream some other things, but in terms of videos, 99% of my content is Kingdom Hearts. So like, I'm probably like, I'm legitimately holding myself back significantly.
A price worth paying.
Yo, Master Chris P with the membership.
Master Chris P became a Tier Kai Cloud member.
Yo, Master Chris P, it sucks. I have to open up YouTube chat manually. 30 months. 30 months. Yo, I need a soundboard so I could like play like a noise or something when like we have long streaks like that. 30 months. That's insane. Yo, can we get some keys in the chat for Master Chris P? I can't even do emotes on so okay, I can't even do emotes on this layout. Wait, can I? Where are the YouTube emotes at? Nah, I can't do emotes. I can only do Twitch emotes through here. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna do, I gotta open up the YouTube chat right quick. Yo, everyone, keys in the chat for Master Chris P. I need to, I suck at streamer stuff. There's a key emote, right? I need to make like my own Keyblade like emote. All right. There we go. Boom. Keys in the chat. I need to make a key emote for members. Would you make a second channel to talk about other things? Yes. I have 2 separate channels actually. One that's active, one that has been active for like a year, because I don't know if I really plan on like fully pursuing it. So I have a group channel actually for fighting games. We actually just launched this recently. If you guys are interested in subscribing to it, dang, we have as many viewers in the stream as we do subs on the channel right now, which is like kind of insane to put into perspective. But this channel's been growing pretty decently lately. We mostly have been uploading shorts, and we have 1 video. We launched this channel like I think last month now. It's been 3 weeks, so a little over a month, or a little less than a month ago. And we haven't uploaded anything on it in about 2 weeks right now, just because I've been focusing a lot on this channel at the moment. But this is a group channel with me and my friend, the Frozen Cavern. If you guys have shown up to a lot of my rando live streams, you've seen Cavern. Cavern's basically the only other person I play rando with. So yeah. Speaking of channels, though, do you guys see? Hold up. Do you guys see the return of the boy? Nobody Daxian? He's back. Why is it refreshing? Why does it do that? YouTube's broken. He's back, bro. My friend is back. He's back. He's been gone for almost 3 months, bro. But he's back. He's back home. But if you guys want to subscribe to the FTC channel, feel free to check it out. Prodigy, honest question. How do you think Sora, Sholitzia, and Riku will leave Quadratum and return to their reality? That nameless star can't keep the portal she opened for Riku forever. She's probably not going to keep it open forever, but I think she's going to be like a waypoint. Like she's going to be, or you could say a wayfinder. She's going to be a wayfinder for that world, like just forever. I think that. So I see no reason why why she can't close the portal and then open it back up, like for whoever needs it. And then on top of that, there also is the portal and toy box that leads into Quadratum. So I think that might actually be a big deal that a lot of people don't talk about. Like Sora went into Verum Rex in KH3 for a mini game, but it's crazy. Just say what it is. Saratoffer, say what it is, bro. How long have you been here? We talked about this. The Square Enix release. Look at this image. Ricaro, you see the image? No, let's recap because there's probably are people in the stream who came in the middle of me yapping and they don't know what the heck I'm talking about. So look, overview, chat. KH4's possible release window. Square Enix released a report recently, a financial report for their fiscal year, talking about their plans going forward for the company. They're going to do this again next year and probably the year after that, so this can change. But as of right now, for the fiscal year 2027 through 2028, they are planning on a launch of several large-scale titles, release of multiple new titles and multi-platform titles, and consistent releases of large-scale titles. Kingdom Hearts, frankly, I know we're like we sometimes feel like we're the little bro, the ugly stepchild of the Square Enix community, but Kingdom Hearts is most definitely Square Enix's like top 3 titles. Like it is their top 3 IP now, actually, since they sold their other studio that had Tomb Raider and Deus Ex. But Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts is a big seller. Matter of fact, Kingdom Hearts has sold, KH3 sold more than the last couple of Final Fantasy games. So it's like, yeah, like Kingdom Hearts is a big title. It's a large scale title right there. Nah, Ricardo, you're good. You're all good. You're perfectly fine. It was just funny. He's reading the just say what it is. But, does that make sense though, Gabriel, what I said? I think that Toy Box portal might be the way. It genuinely might be the way. I forgot to turn the music off earlier. I have it on, but it wasn't playing for a minute. What the? I know Final Fantasy is a big title, but Kingdom Hearts deserves more than what it gets credit for. 100%. Like, Kingdom Hearts is crazy good. I don't think Square makes 100% of the money from KH though compared to Final Fantasy. Well, they don't make no developer except indie devs are making 100% of the money from their game. Like there's engines and blah blah blah, cuts for all that stuff. But I don't like a Final Fantasy game making $3 million might. I don't know what their split is, but it might make more for Square Enix than a Kingdom Hearts game selling 6 or 7 million. And that's a thought. Yo, keep the questions coming, by the way, chat. Ask whatever. You can ask Kingdom Hearts questions. You can ask questions about me. I don't care. I'll decide if I want to answer it. Yo, what's good? Hold on. Let me try really hard to say his name. Obsidia. There we go. That's the name. I want to say Obsidia. One of the two. Anyway, how are you doing? Dude, with Square not only laying off people, but turning to AI, yeah, I'm scared that the next Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts game is going to be AI trash slop. I don't think we're at the level yet where AI is going to make a significant impact on gaming until like the early 2030s, or maybe by like 2028, 2029. For AAA titles, you gotta keep in mind, like, a lot of UE5 games aren't releasing until now. UE5's been out since 2020, right? But they're not releasing until 5 years. So whenever they finally do go crazy with AI for gaming, it's not going to actually hit for most developers for like another 2 to 3 years after it happens, right? However, speaking about AI, and I used to kind of be scared to talk about these topics before, because I used to be like, I used to feel weird about I'm gonna be real. How do I word this? Obviously, there's a lot of people on the internet, bro. You never know what they're gonna say that someone's gonna interpret in a messed up way. Long story short, I got older and I care less about that happening. So I'm gonna say this: AI. I hate AI. I absolutely despise it. I'm okay with it being used as a tool. Like, I personally am not like, I don't get super offended by like ChatGPT and stuff. I think it's a little like, I still to like a 50% degree. I don't mind stuff like ChatGPT or AI assistants, bro. I've had like Google or like Alexas, and like we've had a lot of you guys probably have had stuff in your houses for like years. That is AI, a different type of AI. AI assistance is cool, to make tedious tasks quicker. Generative AI is pretty garbage, and I hate that. I hate generative AI, and I absolutely hate it, because as someone, my dream chat, outside of becoming one of the biggest Kingdom Hearts channels, outside of trying to push Kingdom Hearts as far as I can, one of my dreams is I want to own an art company. I want to own an animation studio. I love animation. You heard me say that earlier. I grew up on lots of Disney movies. I grew up on lots of Cartoon Network, Nick. I grew up on a lot of those cartoons, same with a lot of kids, but those cartoons for me had such a big impact on me in my life that like it's still to this day, it's some of the media that inspires me the most. I rewatched Wild Robot 2 days ago, showing it to my friend Cavern actually for the first time. Cavern, Zeno, Saki, some other friends. And that was my third, fourth time watching the movie. And I'm still sitting here about to like cry, because I think animation is so beautiful. And I'm watching the Wild Robot and I'm thinking to myself, bro, there's so much attention to detail in here that AI would just overlook completely, or have look really ugly. And I know AI is only going to get better. We're already at the point with Sora 2 where like AI is I ain't gonna lie, it's a little hard sometimes to tell when I see memes on Twitter or Instagram. If you're on like in the normie circles, if you're on if you're on like For You pages for Instagram and like Twitter and stuff like that, it is everywhere. Like, it is bigger than you think. It is not some small thing. Like, honestly, the unfortunate truth when it comes to AI is most people don't care enough. Most people don't, because they don't have the connection. I care a lot because I grew up admiring the crap out of art to the point where I wanted to be an artist or create myself. A lot of people who don't have like that like creation bug, or that like appreciation for like creation and like art, not saying it's whether it's a good or bad thing to have that, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Like, they don't care. A lot of like the regular person you walk past on the street does not care. On a bigger scale, corporation wise, most companies, if Square Enix doesn't do AI stuff, they honestly will be left behind. And I don't think they should do it still, because I think they made great games without it, and they can continue to make great games for 20, 40, 50 years without AI. But they will be left behind if they don't use it. And that is just the unfortunate thing with businesses, and I absolutely hate it. But that is the way it is. That's just the way it is. Even the way we're talking right now, honestly, as bad as it sounds, there will probably be a day in the world, maybe it be 10 years from now, 20 years from now, however long it takes for, there will be a day in the world where AI is so normalized we don't even think of it. It's not a second thought to us. It's just a part of life. Like as we're raising our kids or as we're grandparents, that's gonna happen, and that's just how it is. I don't like it right now. I don't like generative AI because I think there's a aspect to human creation that art has and art needs to maintain. And navigating that in an AI future is very uncertain. I just don't know what's going to happen. Square Enix is at least the heads, the CEOs, the people at the top of the Square Enix ladder. It has been proven to me over a long period of time that they generally, as a business, they are not afraid to try new things. They're not afraid to hop on new trends in a bad way sometimes. That's why they make a lot of slop for mobile games. That's why they make a lot of slop in the AA game department, because they try to hop on trends and then do the trend very excuse my language, but half-assed. Let's look at things like, I'm gonna be real, Killer N, maybe it turns out to be a great game. In my opinion, Killer N might, I don't know. They are like 5 years late to the murder mystery trend. Foam Stars, it was Splatoon and it had great concepts, but like it was just not as good as Splatoon. And there's probably so many mobile games that are like copy and pasted from like other popular things that Square has tried to do, and they just don't do it as well. Or maybe they do try to be super innovative with it, but that's not in a smart way. Square in the past, I remember they tried to jump on the NFT train super fast, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, that was the last CEO though. I don't think the new CEO is like that, but there's a stuff like the board of directors at Square, or whoever's like, I don't know who those people are, but whoever's like at the tippy top of the Square Enix ladder, like making the decisions for everyone who's creating the games and all the big business executive decisions, they are like, it's wild. I think it's easy for a lot of people to forget because Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, even though they're big series, they are not in like, they're like high tier games. We had to put this on the tier list. Let's say there was top tier games and then high tier games in terms of sales, in terms of popularity. Square Enix will be in the high tier end. Kingdom Hearts is very popular. Final Fantasy is very popular. It is not GTA popular. It is not 2K popular. Call of Duty popular, etc. You get where I'm going with this. A lot of people though, despite that, forget that Square Enix is still a multi-billion-dollar company. Like, our games are popular, but like they are popular enough to have made Square Enix a multi-billion-dollar game. I think some people think our games are so small, or that we're in such a tight-knit community, but this company is a I think their net worth, like I just checked their net worth the other day. Let me look at it again. Square Enix net worth. Yeah, so looking at their net worth, yeah, their net worth is 7.1 billion as of late 2025. Yeah, all right. So I don't know, like this company, they're going to do big corporation stuff. That's just how it is. AI should definitely not become a trend. Just like Nominee. They can create false memories to the point it looks real. People saying / doing things they definitely didn't. Yeah, I think the age, okay, more than anything else, that is one of my biggest fears with AI. The era of misinformation has already like progressed very fast with the rise of social media. Misinformation is so easy to spread fast. And it's like, bro, AI, like I don't know if you guys have like seen an AI video on like TikTok or like YouTube Shorts or whatever platform you're on. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but like I've been tricked by a couple already, man. It is scary. I'm just like, wow, we're cooked. I'm sorry if I'm killing the vibe, by the way, talking about this stuff. I hope you guys aren't offended by anything I say. And for me, like I like having open discussion about it, but I don't want to feel like I am like stepping on anyone's toes. Because for me, it's like, even though I have my takes, I have my opinions, like I'm open to hearing others. That doesn't mean I agree with every opinion, but I am open to hearing like other people's takes on things. Because I mean, I get influenced by a lot of stuff. Like it's okay to be wrong about things. That should be a more normalized thing in society. Just, hey man, sometimes you're not right. Sometimes the other person is. Sometimes you are. It's just like, yeah. All right, this is Rock Village and Jack and Daxter. We love Rock Village. Jack and Daxter is my second favorite game franchise ever. My favorite gaming franchises are Kingdom Hearts, Jack and Daxter, Under Night, Octopath. Right now. I've just been on this one screen like half the time, by the way. Let me put on Steam trailers or something. Why I missed Yoda's golf work.
Rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
You missed a lot, King Hammer. I said King Hammer, Windstyle. I saw King Hammer's name right under Windstyle, and I like read that. My brain. You're sure 666K? What the heck? That was a Scotty short. I remember Scotty.
I may still have a lot to learn about.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This insight into the YouTube good jutsu, bro. Uploading cutscenes is very underrated on YouTube Shorts. Like, I don't think it's underrated at all. It is an interesting thing that does well.
You want.
What's the bad news first? Quick summary. Square has laid off a bunch of employees and they're using more generative AI for debugging, which means there's probably going to be a lot more oversights in the future when it comes to bugs and glitches. Hopefully not, though, and hopefully the opposite is true, but, you know. I think we do like the idea of everything having that human touch, and I agree with that. But I do wonder. I think if there's any, and I don't want this to be taken as like me trying to validate it in any way, because I again, if I didn't make it clear, I hate it. I hate this stuff. But if there is any upside to AI at all, it is only time. Like, I think the time that could be put back into working people's hands, maybe. Because one benefit I do see is like, maybe, hopefully in the future with AI, hopefully there's less crunch time and more, I don't know, hopefully there's less crunch time and more people overworking themselves to death in like Japan and other countries, and hopefully they have more time to spend at home because they're able to just like work more streamlined. But I think the quality of the work they're doing is going to be rough for a while. It's going to get better, but it's going to be rough for a while. And I think for over the next like 5 to 10 years, there's going to maybe, honestly, maybe not 10, maybe 5. Over the next 5 years, it's gonna be a lot of slop, a lot of stuff that's just like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk about it anymore, because it makes me annoyed thinking about it. But yeah, that's the bad news. AI, Square is using more generative AI, which is not a surprise. Like I saw that and I'm like, yeah, they're a $7 billion company. They're gonna do AI. Like I've seen that for every game company over the past couple of years. It is interesting how public Square Enix is with the financial briefings, because a lot of companies are doing that already and just not reporting it. So, you know, Square Enix, it's very interesting for Square Enix to just be like, yeah guys, so we're gonna our plan is we're gonna use AI, we're gonna use NFTs, we're gonna do this and that. It's like, bro, that's, I don't know. Your guys' PR, y'all need a new PR team. Like, y'all need a PR team for like the bad PR y'all be putting out. Good news though, kind of sorta, is I guess KH4 is very likely to come out in 2027, 2028, hopefully 2027. Do you think Rockstar the nominated shared the same heart or body? No. Project, if you allow me, may I suggest do a DeviantArt user you should definitely visit sometime. Victor Eisen. He creates Kingdom Hearts worlds based on non-Disney IPs. No AI nor anything. Victor Eisen? DeviantArt's still around? Oh, crazy. Alright, hold up. Let's see. What did he say his name was again? He said Victor Eisen, DeviantArt. I feel like I've heard about this before. And I actually can't find them. I'm gonna have to link them to me. I only see the Bleach character. What the heck? I'm doing good, Sora. How about you? I've been wanting to do another Jack and Daxter binge on the channel, but I don't know when. But I am very interested in doing more variety stuff for streaming, mostly to like end off live streams like this one. Yo, by the way, chat, I'm just saying again. I'm just saying. We are 2 members away from hitting our membership goal. That membership goal can be hit with 2 buckaroos. Because memberships are $1. If 2 people became members, we reach our membership goal. Phantom Nominee. What? K4 being on Switch 2 is unlikely. I actually do think it's going to be on Switch 2. I don't know if at launch, but I think they should, because Kingdom Hearts actually has a pretty decent Nintendo fan base, especially after Smash. By the way, I'm gonna do a separate stream on this, but have you guys been seeing how insane Kingdom Hearts Twitter has been the past week, basically? We went from trashing on KH3 to 2 to 1, all in the span of like a couple of days. Like, KH4 is just like going crazy with the opinions right now. So much so, I think I'm actually about to do a stream and a video on it, because, brother, Twitter's crashing out. What no KH4 does to a community. We yapping. At least we're yapping about something other than wanting KH4 news. But, you know, we people is yapping. Smash secured sword for Nintendo. Definitely a W for the gaming community. I mean, yeah, but even before that, because, like, Kingdom Hearts, like, think about it. Like, Kingdom Hearts, I think, actually has more exclusives on Nintendo, or has... It had more previous exclusives on Nintendo than it even did on PlayStation. Maybe around the same, actually, huh? Because you had KH1, 2, Birth by Sleep. And not counting the remixes, because the remixes were exclusive for a time, but not counting the remixes. Yeah, it's 3. On Switch, you had Chain of Memories, Recoded, Days, Dream Drop Distance. You had 4 different Nintendo exclusives, not counting remixes. Like, isn't that wild? Now, given all of them would eventually come to everything, but, I mean, the games of Days and Code are still on Switch, but this, Kingdom Hearts has a pretty good history on Nintendo. KH4 is minor compared to Tekken Twitter. I mean, Tekken is a new game. Whoa!
Eric Meissner donated $1.99. If not TGA, maybe KH4 trailer KH2 20th anniversary.
That's okay. Wait, oh, KH2's 20th anniversary. When is KH2's 20th anniversary? I'm a fake fan. I know when KH1 came out. I often forget the exact date KH2 came out, like very often. Was it summer? Also, Eric, thank you so much for the $2 donation, by the way. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the donations, period. You guys are freaking crazy. Thank you. I hope the music's not too loud, by the way, but I am genuinely, like, amazed at the community we built over the years. And I am sorry if there are a lot of periods where it feels like I'm kind of like sandbagging, or I'm just not I don't know. I am never, there's not a day that goes by where I'm ungrateful for like what I have built here. You guys, it means a lot to me. It really does. The fact that I'm even able to consider doing this full time is like, says a lot. Thank you. It's 22nd. You know, that could be cool. Little trailer for the KH2 anniversary. That would be cool. I kind of doubt it though, but I do think that would be cool. I'm the same age as KH2 in honor. Oh man, Andy, the same age as KH2. I was born slightly before KH1. I'm a 01. I'm a 01 baby. So we have reached that point in the stream where I'm thinking about doing something else aside from talking, as in I'm thinking about playing something. But I don't know what to play, and I don't know if it should be Kingdom Hearts. It probably should be. I mean, we are streaming Kingdom Hearts, right? But I would have to change it. I feel like for the new people coming to the stream, they're going to be very shocked if they click on a KH stream. A stream titled for Kingdom Hearts, and I'm not streaming Kingdom Hearts. That's the unfortunate thing about YouTube streams, bro, because I have to title the stream, like, I have to title the stream. Twitch, Titles do not matter on Twitch at all. Like titles and thumbnails, that stuff do not matter. Start the challenge back up. I will. I promise I will, but I could do some skull attempts. I could. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. That throne. KH3 is my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. But listen, Throne. I love 3. It's a great game. My favorite game of all time, actually. But that challenge was making me hate the game. Like I hated my life. That is part of the fun though, but for you guys, usually with challenges there's a balance. There's a difficulty to reward threshold for the challenge. The reward in this Pro Coast challenge, there's so little reward compared to like the amount of suffering I have to go through. Like, it's not like level 1 where like, okay, it's possible, why just suck. This, I don't even feel like I'm being outplayed. I don't even feel like I'm playing bad. I'm just, the game does not want me to play it in that challenge. The game does not want to be good in that challenge. It is bad. It is so bad. So bad that me talking about it right now makes me want to beat it. Because I hate that it's that hard. I hate it. I'm triggered. I am triggered that it's that hard. Can't wait to play Melon Mixed Days and Recoded. I need to do that. I should do it. I should do it. What is this video? What happens here? If you want to be updated on what the stream's about, Ego, you can scroll earlier into the stream. But basically, we were talking about like how Square Enix released a financial report that indicates that several large titles, and Kingdom Hearts 4 assumingly being one of them, are going to be planned to release around 2027, 2028, with consistent titles releasing thereafter. Only thinking it because KH4 trailer for KH1's 20th. Then maybe a new trailer for KH2's 20th? That's the only reason I thought. No, that's fair. That's totally fair. That makes me feel old. When KH1 came out, I was in high school. Oh, man. Honestly, that must have been crazy. Being in high school during the advertisement of KH1's announcement. Like, cause that means you're able to remember and you have like a fresh like memory of those launches. Like I think that's a cool thing. That's too far. Randy, it is, but I do think 2027 is our best bet. I do. Also, GTA 6 got delayed, so I'm gonna be real. I don't even want to entertain GTA 6 versus Kingdom Hearts arguments. Like, I think I'm good. If they want to wait until early 2027, I'm cool with that. I actually think they should release one, Donnell. Because even Remind is a Final Mix equivalent, but it's not. One aspect of it that's not really Final Mix is the fact that they don't integrate any of the Remind stuff into the base game, really. Like, aside from the patches that change core mechanics, like cancel windows out of speed slash, triple rush, etc. Like, it's just we need an actual one. Also, it'll just be cool to like have the updates. KH4 trailer before GTA 6 release. I hope. Oh my gosh, I hope. I really hope. Like, it needs to happen. It absolutely needs to happen, dude. Yeah, add more music to this. Playlist. Everyone need a movie on Missing Link. I really wish we lived in a world where a movie wasn't our best option and we could just get a game, like a console game for Missing Link. Like, the Key Saga story is so good that it does not deserve to be only a movie. It does not deserve to only be a mobile game. It deserves like a full AAA, or at least AA like experience. Like, give us like a Birth by Sleep style title for Missing Link or something. Like, I think that would be so good. For the Key Saga period, actually. Like, I think that would be so cool. That would be genuinely amazing. Alright, chat, come up with ideas for something for me to do. I know I'm the streamer, but I'm entertaining you guys. You're chat. You're the entity that we call chat today. Putty Apple's asked me to play Fortnite on stream. I don't know if y'all vibe with Fortnite. I also have copyrighted emotes. I don't want to take them off. No, maybe I don't have to drag off the stream though. Maybe we end things. Maybe we end the stream. Maybe we end things at a proper place, you know? You know, I may do that. Probably, what's your opinion on Disney villains summoning monsters to fight for them? Like Frollo, Mother Gothel, Lady Tremaine, Hans, Stone, S. I don't really have any major thoughts on it. I feel like it's just their way of, like, attacking us and just antagonizing us, period. Because, like, otherwise it's not like Hans is strong enough to just walk up and like punch me in the face. Like, well, what am I, like, Sora's gonna, he can, but Sora's gonna cook him, you know, like I mean, then again, Sora did get punched in the face in Land of Dragons, but you get the idea of what I'm saying. So they summon Heartless, they summon Beast for them. They have the power of the dark side at their disposal. Well, I think, or I stream that demo? I actually would do that. Not now, though. Well, I think, chat, this is where good times come to an end. They were very good times, though, and I appreciate your guys' love and support. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for the good talks. This was a very enjoyable live stream, and I hope you guys can. I hope the next live stream tomorrow is just as fun as this one. I hope you guys have a good night. My name is Prodigy. Remember to be nice, be safe, and take care, everyone. Good night.